Separation anxiety can be a very difficult time, especially after bedtime. Your child doesn't want you to leave them. They just want to be with you all the time. And that leads to a sleep regression. So what do we do about this? Let's troubleshoot. I'm gonna give you my top 3 tips on how to survive separation anxiety with babies and 3 additional bonus tips on how to survive separation anxiety when it comes to toddlers. Now, kids go through these 2 different phases of separation anxiety. The first one being between 7 and 9 months old, when your child has developed object permanence. This means that they now know and they're aware that even when you walk out of the room that you're in the other room, and they don't like that, and they're gonna communicate with you and tell you that they don't like that. And how do babies communicate? Crying. They're gonna cry. They might yell or shriek or make some noises, but they're probably gonna cry. So the first thing that I want you to do is practice leaving. I want you to do this during your child's awake time when they're just happily playing on the floor. I want you to use your words. I know that's what parents say to their children, but I want you to talk throughout the day and talk about what you're doing. You're narrating your day to your baby, so even though they don't understand everything that you're telling them, they're still working on language development because they can hear you and they're processing what you're saying. Now, while you're doing this and making it a natural thing for you to kind of narrate and tell your child what you're doing. So let's say you're making lunch and you're saying, Mommy's making lunch now. I'm gonna make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And then maybe you need to leave the room to go to the bathroom. So you're going to say, Mommy's gonna go potty now, and you're actually gonna leave and you're gonna go potty. We wanna make sure that your child is in a safe space before you leave. So make sure your child is either in a pack and play or one of those big, huge play yards, or maybe they're in their bouncy seat or whatever they may be in or wherever they are. Just make sure that it is baby proof so that when you do walk out of the room that you know your baby is safe. Now, if your baby starts whining and possibly crying, it's okay. You're still there. They know that you're there. They just are displeased with you walking away from them. So I actually want you to stay gone. I want you to stay gone for maybe 1 minute, maybe 3 minutes, however long your child is okay with it, but also letting them be a little bit uncomfortable so that they do get used to the fact that you need to walk away. And it's great to practice this right now because it's only for a few minutes. When you come back, I want you to make a big deal. Yay, I'm back, I missed you, and give hugs and kisses. Even if it seems or feels weird or strange, this is helping your child get over and get through that separation anxiety. Your child is learning throughout the day that even when you leave, that mommy or daddy or whoever always comes back. This is such an important lesson for babies to learn because in their minds, you're walking away. Where are you going? You are mine. I was connected to you. Like, why are you leaving me? But they're understanding and learning that you're gonna come back and you're gonna be happy and it's gonna be just fine. Sometimes this is also in correlation to leaving your child at daycare. Now, I know it can be so difficult and you don't want to leave your baby, but what you need to do is just go. If you trust your child care provider, which I 100% recommend you do, then you need to trust that they are going to take care of your baby and that the baby is going to be okay. When I was a teacher in a daycare setting with 2-year-olds, I had children who had separation anxiety, and 9 times out of 10, when the parents walked away, before they were even out the front door of the center, the child was done crying. So trust in the fact that your child is going to be okay. They're going to be distracted. Do not drag out leaving. Don't continue saying, okay, I gotta go, okay, I gotta go, okay, I gotta go, because then they're just not gonna even like care what you're saying because you're not gonna go. So just make sure that you just, when it's time to go, just go. The next thing that you can do with your baby is to play games like peekaboo. When you close your eyes or you're closing baby's eyes, they can't see you, but they know you're still there. It's so cheesy, but it helps. And it really, like, especially at bedtime, during your bedtime routine, which we're going to talk about in a moment, but when you're playing games like peekaboo and you're going away and you're coming back, your child is really starting to understand that object permanence. The third thing that we're going to talk about is the bedtime routine. And while your child is going through this separation anxiety, I want you to make your bedtime routine a little bit longer. Now, maybe you're used to reading books and then cuddling and then putting your baby in bed, but I want you to have some extra face-to-face time. So maybe you're reading books, you're cuddling, but your baby's not just in the cradle position, just like staring off into space at whatever's in front of them, but maybe they're on your lap in front of you, facing your face, so that you're talking to each other about the day, and then you also want to kind of sing some songs together or whatever you want to do. You really want to have that face-to-face time before you lay your baby down in the crib to go to sleep. If you're unsure about what your baby's bedtime routine should look like, head to the link in the description box down below and grab my free baby sleep guide. This is going to tell you all about your bedtime routine. Now, jumping into toddlers, 3 quick tips that I have for you with toddlers is 1, use a lovey like a stuffed animal. So let's say you have a stuffed bear. I want you to put your shirt on it, a dirty shirt, one that you've worn. I want you to have your scent on this bear or stuffed animal, whatever it might be, but put one of your dirty worn shirts on it so that your child can feel your scent close to them and smell you when they miss you. The second thing to do is to validate your child's feelings. Say, I understand that you don't want me to leave, and it's bedtime and it's time to go to sleep. The day is done. Good night. Validating your child is going to make them feel seen, heard, and understood, and it's going to teach them that there's still a boundary, that it is still bedtime. Now, if you take that tip about extending your bedtime routine, you can do that with your toddler as well. Make the bedtime routine a little bit longer so they have a little bit more one-on-one time with you, and when it's time to go to bed, it is time to go to bed. We're not negotiating. It's time to go to sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. You can add a reward system if that makes you feel better about the situation, that if your child has a really good night, that they can have something special in the morning. The third thing is that you can use distraction with a toddler. Now, I like to use the Zenimal. I love the Zenimal because it is such a great device that it focuses on meditation, and it also focuses on having your child calm their body down, distract them so they're not thinking about what they're upset about, but you're distracting them in a positive way. And you're kind of like, it might create a sleep association that they really can only fall asleep while they're listening to these meditations, but that's not a bad thing. I know a lot of adults who do that, and they do it every single day, so it's totally fine. I absolutely love the Zenimal. I have 3 of them at my house for all 3 of my kids. They love their Zenimals, and they listen to them most nights of the week as they're falling asleep, so I highly recommend and love the Zenimal. So grab it. There's a link in the description box down below. Now, don't forget, if you are struggling with your baby sleep, I want you to grab my free baby sleep guide in the description box down below. It's completely free, and you're going to learn so much information about baby sleep, not only in the baby sleep guide, but you're also going to get some supplementary information in your email inbox as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Keep blooming. Mwah.